This is Listening with Franklin Livingston, and our guest is Jennifer Tiberio Leone.
Having a successful relationship. Acting itself is a very challenging profession.
Yeah.
99.9% people who are in this profession face rejection.
Absolutely. It's very hard, and the odds are against you in every single way. What's your question?
How do you keep up with positivity? I didn't ask the question, but I know you are also a person who has been through losing footage. I mean,
Yeah.
yours truly, and yourself and your products too. But I never sensed you getting frustrated, you losing hope or saying, oh, I mean, just going
Giving up.
crazy. Yeah.
Well, I think at the end of the day, it's something that I love, and I believe in it, and I don't want to give up on the thing I know makes me happy. And I know there's a lot of frustration and a lot of things. Like getting rejected sucks. Losing footage sucks. Not being picked, not having chances, not knowing the right people is all very, very frustrating. And it is easy to say, oh, well, I give up. But I also sit here and I think, well, what else would I do that would make me happy? And when I can't come up with something else, I say, well, you find the silver lining. Like everything else in life, you find the positivity in whatever you're dealing with, you learn from your mistakes, and you move on to the next thing. Don't give up, because when you give up, you're just letting somebody else take your spot. And I don't know, I just think that we're put here to have a good time and to make the best of it. And if you aren't doing that, then what are you doing? So keep going, keep pushing. Always try to be better. And always have a positive outlook on it. Like, you don't know. Something you do tomorrow could change your entire life with this. Like, keep going, because the only thing that you can't sit here and regret your life for not doing it. And if you don't do it, that's the only thing you're going to do. Sit back and regret it.
Something I have noticed in you, a lot of people, their attitude toward me have changed over the period of time, just because they didn't get the footage, right? And some people I don't think understand the amount of work that goes in post production. For them, it's just like, if I can film on my camera, phone camera, and edit it and send it to casting director, why can't you just give me whatever you filmed so I could edit it myself? And then they would stop talking to you, or you would know that
Right.
they just don't like you, they want to unfollow you. There are several ways to show that resentment. But I never sensed from you that kind of attitude. Look at me, this is my work, I want to show you, admire me, I am somebody. Why? Because that's the end goal. I want to show people I've been in 10 movies, and even if those are crap, I did 10 movies, and it's important to me to showcase my scenes and all that. So how did you develop that maturity and understanding that's not what's important?
I think a lot of it has to do with just, I guess, being humble. I enjoy what I'm doing, and I'm doing it for me mostly.
In the moment.
Yeah. I mean,
Without
at the end
caring
of the,
about it, showing it to somebody or not.
at the end of the day, everything I do is for me, and the happiness it brings me. And if I can bring happiness to other people through that, I'm so excited.
In other words, your validation is
I did.
within you.
Yeah.
You're not seeking a validation to showcase something.
No, it's an accomplishment for me personally. And if something comes of it, then it's great. If things don't work out, then it didn't work out. I know that I did it and I had a great time doing it. I made money doing it, or but if things fall to the wayside, I've been waiting on a movie that I was in I think it was 2010. And I've been waiting for this thing to come out for years. And, I gave up. I lost hope. And then one day I was on set. I forgot what show it was. But one of the crew members comes up to me and he's like, "Oh my God, hey, how are you?" And I was like, "How do I know you?" And he's like,
I've seen your movie.
You were in this movie we shot, And I was like, oh my God. It was like words to live by. Where is it? So
Google it.
So he's like, yeah, we're still editing it.
Mm.
It's 10 years later. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, he's like, I just saw your scene the other day. We were going through the footage. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I thought that thing was scrapped or something. He's like, no, it's still going. This was also a couple of years ago. So I'm still waiting on this movie that maybe by the time I'm 50 will come out.
You see, the post-production in many cases I've learned be more expensive than the actual execution of the project.
So the editor that they were going to use, because it was a pretty big production for one of my first movies I ever did, like a mobster's wife, whatnot. And I remember I went into the audition thinking that it was a very serious film. And I did the audition as a drama. So the movie's a comedy. And they loved it. They were like, because I got really, I'm crying, I'm slapping a guy, like all the things. I was angry, like the tears. This guy had done me wrong, and I was just, and they were just, can you give us more? And so I did, and that's what got me the part, which was crazy. But okay, I read the script wrong.
So that's your take on it.
Yeah, which I don't think anyone else is doing, so it worked out. Yeah. But anyway, so I'm still like friends on Facebook with the director, and every few years I hit him up. I'm like, so what's going on with the movie? But if it never comes out, it's fine. Like, it'd be great if it does.
In Brooklyn, I'm not giving the name. I think his movie came out after 25 years.
Sometimes you gotta wait for greatness.
So also, a lot of people run out of money.
Yeah, that I think was a big part of it.
And like, for example, my first feature, we had to revise it 7 times. 8th time, it got selected to be tier 1. And for me, it was a new thing to learn. Okay, so tier 1 quality versus tier 2 quality. And then everything changes. World has changed now.
Right.
So now it's probably easy to just get distribution than a few years ago. And so when you revise it 7 times, they will tell you, okay, sound. We don't want this scene. We don't want this color, whatever. This effect, even a minor thing, because people in power, like LA casting.
Yeah.
And they have the power and you don't have the say.
Exactly.
Unless you want to stream it on YouTube,
right.
Your own channel, that's fine. And which is also fine. That's another thing. We have made these, what do we call? It's like if your movie is on a particular streaming service or in cinema. So when I was trying to learn on how the cinema thing works, I was told, okay, you have to have a copy for each theater. And that's going to cost, I think, $2,500 or something. So I was like, okay, nah, it's better to go to streaming service.
Yeah.
It's just like people think if your movie is released in a cinema, you belong to a different group. And I've seen this in you, in the end of the day, the way your partner is going to treat you probably will be the same. Your friends who truly love you and respect you and care for you will treat you the same. And even if you could have that, 100 people came to watch it, after that, they forget it. And I learned I produced a musical and a play in the city. It's been, what, like 8 years? And most likely, if that cast or people who were involved, uh, even if they bump into me in the city somewhere, it'll be hi, that's it. It's not that it's going to give me something or they can have something out of me. But some people make a big deal out of it, and later on, they also feel depressed or anxious
Well,
that
that's
I
the
don't have
other.
that kind of stardom anymore.
That's I- it sounds silly, but if you keep your expectations low, you're never gonna get disappointed.
Yeah.
If
And
I go in here saying this, I mean, I'm all for walk in, manifest destiny. This is going to be a hit. This is going to be I'm going to be famous. I'm going to be a star. I'm going out there and I'm going to do the thing and it's going to work. Manifest that all day long. If it doesn't happen, that's just how it happens. Like, I mean, you can't get depressed about something that didn't happen because,
I think acceptance again, with this idea of rejection and remaining humble and remaining truthful.
mm,
As I once mentioned in the subway, especially when I used to live in Chelsea, saw a lot of acting students or actors. I would see because mostly schools are there,
yeah,
and they would be on A, C, E, and you would see them reading these books, power of positivity, power of manifesting, and how I won my first award and all that. If these, it's great to practice all those things,
yeah.
but
You can't make it your
yeah,
life mantra. Like,
right,
manifesting is up here. It's
right.
not out here. Like, I mean, technically.
No, I meant to say
If-
like these. In the end of the day, and then people end up going to these energy workers and all, and what they would say, you are not doing it right. You are not putting in the effort. That's why you're not getting there. But if everyone was to become the president,
Right.
where would
And
the
it doesn't
rest of
matter.
the
You
people?
can put all the effort in the world into something and it sometimes it just doesn't work out. In
It's
fact,
not meant
a
for you.
lot of the time it's not going to work out. Like I said, this entertainment industry, this fraction of people are going to make it. Hollywood is small in the world of people that are the world of amazingly talented people out there. There's singers and dancers and actors that all have so much talent and they never even leave their couch, you know? And then there's people that are like, okay, but they make it because they were in the right place at the right time, or they had the right amount of money to go to the right schools to get the push to meet the people that got them in the right place at the right time.
And sometimes you could have money too, just to clarify. But if it's not meant for you, it's not gonna
Yeah.
work out in your favor.
And and sometimes you just get the perfect storm. And I hope that everybody that wants it that bad gets it. But the odds are you're probably going to end up doing something, I don't know, adjacent to the career that you wanted. But you should never give up on keeping that as part of your life and utilizing those skills in your relationships, in your jobs.
You mean listening skills that actors need to have all the time?
Exactly. All of that, everything that you learn, everything that you go through, the rejection is going to help you get further in life because when you get rejected, you get this feeling that you don't get in any other way. Rejection makes you feel, well, rejected, like sad. It's sad.
Unwanted.
But if you take that rejection and you work it into your life, like what can I do different to make it work instead of being rejected next time? I want to be accepted. How can I make that work? and keep working at that. By the time you get to where you want to be or somewhere close to it, you're going to have gone through this journey that makes you who you are. And even if you never make it to the thing you thought you were going to be, you will have become a well-rounded person that has lived a life. And that, in and of itself, is worth celebrating.
That's great. And one thing I also want to say, understand it's not about you or you are not a mistake. I've also seen people thinking, oh, it's because I am this way. That's why I didn't secure the role or particularly acting. It's you are a different brick. You belong to a different house
Right.
than what they are
Not every
constructing.
key fits in every lock,
Yeah.
You got to try a lot of keys, or you got to try a lot of
Yeah,
locks.
different locks. Yeah.
Yeah. And one day, maybe you'll open a door.
It's a little funny, but these blue protect things you see about newscasters, and there's a newscaster and a guy who's weather guy or somebody who is in the field, likes her, and he proposes her, and she feels embarrassed, and she goes under the desk. So somebody made an extended version of that. If the girl doesn't like you, you change the girls, which means that he brings a taller and more modern-looking girl next to him. So it's the same. Yeah, even in relationships, people who don't value, if you don't belong there, the question is why are you forcing yourself to belong to someone where you just don't belong? Because as you mentioned, your goals are different, your values are different, your ambitions are different. If a person does not really understand or tries to understand what you want in life,
can't change that person to be the person that you want them to be and be happy, because that other person will always be who they are, and no matter how many times they try and fix things for you, they're not doing it for themselves. And you don't want to take that away from somebody else either. Like Vinny wanted me to be a suburban housewife with kids. I want to live in a penthouse apartment in Manhattan and be an actor. Like, we wanted totally different things, and we kept trying to change each other over and over for 5 years, and it was exhausting because we kept giving a little here and giving a little there, and then just you're giving away pieces of yourself every time you do that. And we were both going to an end where we both lost so much of ourselves that we didn't even recognize each other at the end. And when we broke up, I ran into him later. Well, we had to exchange some stuff afterwards because I had some of his stuff still, and he had some of my CDs or whatever. So we met up at a bar, and it was after I had recorded my first song. And he was like, "How have you been?" I said, "I've been doing great." And I was like, "We recorded a song," and he's like, "I want to hear it. I really want to hear it." And I was sitting there, I was like, "I don't know if we do." It was about him, and it was a song about like I didn't want to keep on trying because we were trying to change each other. So the whole song is about that. And so I was like, okay. And then he had the bartender put it on over the loudspeaker. It was just me and him at the bar, but so like the bartender's just sitting there like, whatever. So you start listening to the song, and it goes like, "I never meant to hurt you, but you've got to realize everything we've come to was all a good disguise. It hurts so bad to leave you. It's not right. Anyway, you're in my heart forever, but we just can't be together. We'd both be lying. I don't want to keep on trying." And he listened to that, and he started crying, and he looked at me, he's like, "I am so sorry." He said, "I did not mean to do that to you. Like, I didn't realize that I was holding you back from this." And he's like, "And I cannot believe that you wrote this song." He's like, "It's amazing." And he was so happy for me. And he's like, I love you. He's like, "But you're right. We were really trying to change each other." And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I don't want you to be unhappy. I want the best for you. Like, and this isn't the best for either of us." So we hugged it out, and he was the first person to congratulate us when we got engaged, me and John. And he hit me up later and he's like, "You were right." And he's like, "I just want to say thank you for breaking up with me." He goes, "It's because my life went in the right direction." He went back to Connecticut. He got married, had a kid, got divorced, but now he's got a daughter and he's living happily in Connecticut, just exactly what he wanted. And I'm with the guy who's right for me, living in Manhattan and just the way I wanted it. So sometimes the universe
Yeah,
is
and
never
sometimes
wrong.
taking that step, uh, which is not easy, leaving somebody you were so familiar with and used to
Yeah.
love, is a favor to them and it's a favor to you.
Yeah, because he'll always have a piece of my heart. But if I didn't love him, I would have kept him around because I would have been selfish. And same thing, if we didn't let each other go, it would have been a very selfish thing for both of us. And then we'd both be miserable.
I want to say that in religious circles, the movie I mentioned, The Vows, we filmed a couple of years ago, it has a very strong message, and a lot of people who might reject it, especially from a very conservative Christian background, because it has the same idea that if two people are not adding to each other's life, not there's no growth. It's instead they are damaging and destroying each other. They should not be together.
Yeah.
And still, in a lot of circles, that's something you don't talk about.
Yeah, because you work it out no matter what.
Yeah.
And my parents have always been together. They love each other. That's the model I had. And a loving two-parent household where no matter what happened, everything worked out. And so as opposed to being the child of divorce and it being jaded in that way, I was jaded in the way that I thought that that's how all relationships should be. So I put all of my effort and all of my love and all of my everything into this relationship, even though it was the wrong one. And I spent so much time in a place that I shouldn't have been in because of that model, thinking, well, I know that it's a lot. This is so much work, but it's what you do because you work on your relationship. And as time progressed, you realize you work on a relationship if it's worth working on. But you get out of the one that isn't worth working on.
Yeah.
You don't have to stay in a relationship that's not good for you, that's not good for either of you. That's toxic. And I realized that after Vinny, and on my ups and downs with Johnny, that no matter what, like our baseline was so on point with each other that no matter where we went, the highs of our relationship, the lows, and we ran the gamut of emotions over 15 years. No matter what, the base was, I love you. We want the same things. We are friends. We want the best for each other. And those have never changed. That's never ever changed in our relationship. We've always wanted those things. And I think that that's why no matter what you're fighting about, no matter what's happening in your life, if you've gotten, that's when I say your rock, that person who is the solid person in your life, that baseline, then you're going to have a great relationship.
And there's a term in the religious sector, Catholic Church uses it because, Catholic Church doesn't believe in divorce.
Yeah.
But what it says is, if you are in a relationship with the wrong person, in a marriage with the wrong person, it was not a marriage to start with. So they issue a decree. I forgot the technical name of that. And I think it's just a matter of understanding it, that you could be in a wrong relationship, you could be in a marriage with the wrong person, and it's okay to terminate that.
So we call that a loophole.
Yeah, but Sure.
I mean, and there should be a loophole in that. If that's
Right,
what your
right.
religion's based on, saying that
Absolutely.
you can't get out of a marriage because
No, you
it's-
can.
I mean,
Because
you
because
can because of
they
loophole.
yeah, I think the idea is you shouldn't. It's just like again going after your desires and all. The idea is if you feel more attracted sexually, because that back in the
Right.
day that was the issue.
Right.
Oh, like people are feeling horny and they want to be just like this person now and this person now. So the idea that's where the church prohibits to have leaving somebody for someone else just because of your selfish desires. But today, what we are talking about is your values and your ambition. And if a person doesn't let you breathe the other person, it's sort of toxic and all.
Then you're gonna
The
get
church does have a room, and I'm pretty sure Protestant denominations too, because I know Catholic Church. I just can't remember there's a word for that, which means, in simple words, that your marriage is not a marriage because marriage should. What is a marriage? It should support each other and help each other and build each other up
Right.
instead of destroying each other. And for those of us, I think we're so scared of that, we should rethink.
agreed.
Because in the end of the day, if you end up becoming mentally ill or dysfunctional,
Right.
or God forbid, if somebody ends up terminating their life, thinking just because I cannot terminate my marriage, I don't think that's wise. I don't think religion allows that. I don't think that's the right way to do it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot about religion.
Yeah. No, also I was thinking, I don't know what fell last night from the fourth floor, but it was
Yeah.
heavy as hell. Like
Mhm.
either a couch or a human being, right?
Oh, jeez.
So you
Huh.
never know. A lot of people are going, these are crazy times, or at least
Yeah.
we
Hopefully,
hear
that's
more.
not the conclusion we come to. Is I'm better off this way, or everyone else is better off that way. But
Yeah. And same with the acting. I think what you said is very profound. Act for that moment, enjoy it. And if you want to do something that you don't get to do at other people's platform, you can do it. You can create your own platform these days.
right.
And there's so much at resources we have, social media and stuff, and have fun with it.
Yeah. If you're doing it to get famous, it's the wrong reasons.
It depends what famous is. Like if you're famous among your friends because you just put enough effort in grooming yourself and being charismatic, I think that's
Right.
enough, right? Unless you're like, oh my God, I don't have a million people. Million people don't even know you, right? So yeah, it was a very encouraging and thought-provoking conversation with you today.
Thank you.
Yeah, we never got a chance to have this long of a conversation, right?
This is true.
Yeah, and deep. A
Very.
lot of deep stuff.
We went in.
Yes, and I think it'll make me keep thinking about a lot of stuff today and throughout the week.
Likewise.
Hopefully, yeah. Thank you for coming,
Thank you.
and thank you for sharing your life, your journey, your passion.
It was a pleasure.
Absolutely, and hope to see you again.
Same.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you.